Why Freshman Seminar in College Student Development 101 presentation. Why Freshman Seminar? Are you wondering why you are required to take this one credit course and why it's required for graduation? If you are, don't worry. You aren't the first and won't be the last. According to two researchers in the field of higher education, Mary Stewart Hunter and Carrie W. Linder, quote, "The first-year seminar exists in some form on nearly 74% of U.S. college campuses," end quote. So, if you were feeling like you were the only one forced to take this course, don't worry, you aren't. But why do so many colleges have it? What purpose does it serve? If you are a traditional college student, you have started your college career during the fall semester immediately after your high school graduation. This represents a time of transition from what your instructor assumes was a highly structured time in your life to what is now a more loosely structured time in your life. Think about it. Have you heard a bell since you've arrived on the SUNY Adirondack campus? If you are an online student, unless you set an alarm yourself, is there some external stimulus, the sound of a bell, a parent, or teacher, directing you to log on and do the work, directing you to get up, drive to campus, attend class on time, do the homework, write the papers, and also balance other responsibilities at work and or at home? While many of you may be accustomed to a high level of self-responsibility and personal ownership over your life, some of you may be experiencing this level of responsibility for the first time. Regardless of this and your traditional or non-traditional student status, this is a new time in your life, and this course is designed to assist you in navigating the SUNY Adirondack aspects of this new time. What services does the college offer? What can you do to be successful here and when you transfer to a new school? What do you want to be when you grow up? And what do you want to be after that? This course is designed to provide you with information, a chance to meet others in the same boat, and, at the end of 10 weeks, hopefully have you feeling more confident and comfortable than you are now, or at least not feeling any less so. But does it work? Is sitting in this class once a week, or taking part in these activities online going to help you? Good question, and believe me, they get asked a lot. In fact, according to the literature on first-year students in freshman seminar courses, quote, administrators, faculty, policymakers, curriculum committees, and even students want proof that first-year seminars work, end quote. The answer is a little complex. The reality is that research on the outcomes of first-year seminar courses is mixed. Having done some research myself on freshman seminar outcomes here at SUNY Adirondack, I can tell you that there was a positive relationship between those that successfully completed freshman seminar and those who met their goals, such as earning an associate's degree or transferring to another college to earn a bachelor's degree. However, one can make arguments for and against, regardless of the outcomes of studies and the personal anecdotes of instructors. Here's the bottom line on the matter. Statistically speaking, if you did well in high school, you will probably continue to do well in college. This course may provide you the opportunity to sharpen your skills, learn a few new techniques, receive interesting food for thought, and meet some new people. If you didn't do that well in high school, statistically speaking, you aren't going to do that well in college. However, if you want to do well and are motivated to put in the work, this course, in conjunction with other services available at SUNY Adirondack, can assist you in meeting your goals. In fact, as part of this course, you can choose to spend 3 weeks on nothing but the topic of goals and goal setting, so stay tuned. Remember my attendance policy statement borrowed from Hunter S. Thompson, buy the ticket, take the ride? You're here. For some of you, the benefits will be noticeable and obvious, and for others, it may take a few more weeks to find that worthwhile aspect of the experience. Keep seeking it. No matter what, don't let statistics be your destiny. College Student Development 101. Information in the following portion of this presentation is adapted from Chickering and Reeser, 1993, as cited in Evans, Fournay, and Guido de Brito, 1998. Did you know that, as a group, college students have been studied for quite some time? It's true. There are research studies that have been conducted for years trying to explain various aspects of the college experience and those life experiences outside of college using college students as research subjects. For our purposes this week, we are going to focus on one theory of college student development, Chickering's theory of identity development. Now, I'm going to be straight with you. When I talk about theory, I have a tendency to get a little carried away. Let's make a deal. I'll do my best to control myself and not go totally nerd on you if you promise to let me know if I've completely lost you. Deal? so that I can continue, I'll assume yes. To help you, let me introduce the journal assignment for this week. To help you, let me introduce the journal assignment for this week now, since it will be based on the rest of this presentation. First, you will answer the following questions about yourself. Why have you decided to attend SUNY Adirondack? What do you want to be doing in 2 years after completing SUNY Adirondack, in 5 years, and 10 years? Describe a personal attribute that you currently have that will help you attain these goals, and describe an attribute that you want to have or further develop in order to help you attain these goals. Next, you will write about your reaction to the Why Freshman Seminar and College Student Development presentation, where you address the following questions. Why do colleges, including SUNY Adirondack, think that freshman seminar type courses are important? Do you think freshman seminar should be a required course? Name at least one vector of development that freshman seminar type courses are designed to address, and which vector of development do you think you are in, and why? What I'm going to do now is provide you with some information about the theory, list the 7 vectors, and provide you with some information about each vector. Remember, you aren't going to be quizzed on this. I'm not expecting you to become an expert on this or any other theory. What you're going to do for the assignment is tell me about yourself, what you think or how you feel this new information applies to you. Alright, on to Chickering. Chickering's 7 vectors can be described as being a psychosocial theory, in that it attempts to explain how college students develop a sense of identity, and how that sense of identity can be impacted by the campus environment they are in. So, this theory is attempting to explain how students develop, not physically, but rather mentally, socially, and emotionally during the college years, and the impact their college campus environment can have on this development. With me so far? If not, that's alright. Use the written assignment as a way to start flushing this out. Again, I'm not expecting you to become an expert on theory. I'm interested in learning what you think about it and how it may apply to you. Based on several research studies conducted in the 1960s and 90s, Chickering proposed that college students experience 7 different vectors of development. Think of them as stages. However, unlike most stage theories, students can exist in one or more vectors at one time and may cycle through one or more vectors during their college experience. The 7 vectors are: developing competence, students developing the necessary intellectual, physical, and interpersonal or social competence or skills needed to navigate their new college environment characterize this first vector. Managing emotions, a student's ability to recognize, accept, express, and control their emotions in socially acceptable ways characterize the second vector. Moving through autonomy toward interdependence, a student's ability to move from being dependent on others, especially authority figures, for constant assistance and support, while avoiding the other extreme of being completely independent and not recognizing the need for assistance and the role that mentors can play in their growing maturity characterizes this third vector. Developing mature interpersonal relationships. A student's ability to stretch beyond their current comfort zone by learning more about different cultures, people, and the ability to build healthy, lasting relationships characterize this fourth vector. Establishing identity. In this vector, all of the various components that make up the student begin to emerge as an accepted, complete whole. Various parts start to come together, such as who the student is as an individual, including their body image and appearance, who the student is as a member of different groups, male-female, ethnicity and cultural heritage, sexual orientation, political views and affiliations, also who the student is as a member of a campus community and the broader global community. Think of this vector as how the pieces of a puzzle fit to form a complete picture. Here, the individual is examining each piece and determining how they fit. Developing purpose. This sixth vector includes making and committing to various goals, such as career, personal ambitions, interests and hobbies, finding those things in life that have meaning and devoting time, energy, and resources to them. Think of this as a long period of spring cleaning, where the student is deciding what's worth holding on to, what's worth further exploration, and what's worth letting go of. Developing integrity. This final vector is characterized by 3 distinct parts: humanizing values, personalizing values, and developing congruence. In this vector, A student's values, beliefs, thoughts, and actions come together, and that student is able to find a balance between their self-interest and social responsibility. Feeling overwhelmed yet? If not, good, and if yes, that's okay. Again, use the written assignment as a way to work through these concepts and piece them together. A review of the directions for the written assignment can be found in the Lesson 1, Week 2 folder in Angel. If you have any questions, you can email me at martinj@sunyacc.edu. References used in the presentation.